Audio Jungle.
One of my personal favourites at the moment of where we bring together everything from start to finish in our process is Lidl, which you might ask lots of architects and say, well, actually, there's not much architecture in a Lidl. But I think there is. And actually what's great about Lidl is the process and how they, that challenge is getting buildings on the ground quickly and efficiently to a highest quality, and actually also to a very efficient price because they've got to deliver lots of them. I think they've got a programme of 1.5 billion over the next 3 years. So how are they going to do that? And we hold their standard store types. We hold 5 standard store types which we push out to 200 architects around the UK. And we also deliver in the north of England. So for me, bringing it all together and demonstrating the value of a digital workflow from a client that was fairly analogue up until a few years ago, I think that really does demonstrate the value to a client. Lidl's importance is getting buildings delivered as quickly as possible so they get as much square footage on the ground as quickly as possible. When we started working with them, they had fairly analogue information, and the challenge with their analogue information was it didn't really talk to each other, and there was inconsistencies. Those inconsistencies generally will ultimately cost the client money, because what a contract will do is price those inconsistencies and risk. So they didn't ask for a digital workflow. What they asked for was information quickly into a high quality. So our position was we then created standardised models with all the MEP, the architecture, all the structure, a central standardised set of information. We then hosted it on our .bim store platform so they could share their information. And then they were making changes, and they hadn't seen anybody making those changes as quickly. We could visualise them very quickly using a whole range of tools, even using VR, augmented reality. So they didn't ask for it. What they asked for was the outcomes, and we've delivered those outcomes. And since then, that was relatively held in the north of England. Since we've now taken on the whole national role, and increasingly we're looking at work on mainland Europe. So certainly from NBS's perspective, working with Lidl, without NBS Create, I don't think we could have delivered the full integrated specification for them, and then we couldn't link that to bill of quantities. So certainly using all the different tools and software platforms is absolutely essential.